Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video talking all about these two dolls. Now they're made by different sculptors, different artists, they even have different colour eyes, and yet I think they could almost be twins. Starting with Charlie here, he is the Alesa sculpt by Olga Chenskaya. Now this is such a rare sculpt. I've only seen one other made, I think, and Charlie was painted by the artist Joanne Butterworth. Originally, Charlie was made by another artist, but Joanne got the kit and stripped him completely of all his paint and then repainted him. Charlie was the first toddler doll that I ever bought. I saw him and I just thought, oh my gosh, that looks like if myself and my fiance had a baby, and I just had to have him. He does have a few imperfections, particularly just under his eyes. He's got some dots where someone's gone in with a rooting needle, and his eyebrows used to be rooted, but the hair was taken out of them. For this reason, I did get him for a very good price, and because he's so rare, I don't think I will ever be able to sell him. Another really cool thing about Charlie is that he actually has a chest plate. So as you can see, his chest is painted as well, and this means he can wear like V-necked tops and things like that, and you can see his whole neck. However, with Charlie, he also does have some paint rubs. I think he was painted with air dry paints, and I don't think his vinyl has reacted very well to the paint, so I can see that on his fingers he started getting paint rubs like as soon as I bought him, and I barely changed him. I don't really pick him up at the moment or change him, so I'm not too worried about them getting worse, but I think if I change him again, I'll add some varnish onto the end of his fingers. Sometimes some vinyls just don't take paint well and the paint comes off really easily. He also has a magnet in his mouth, and he takes a magnetic dummy. Now the dummy that I got when I first got him had a magnet that went flat against his mouth. However, that kind of slid off quite a lot, and what I found is that I modified this one, and so this actually slots just in his mouth like so, so it fits really, really well. Pippa, on the other hand, was sculpted by Natalie Blick, so completely different sculptor, even though they actually have very similar features. I think they have really similar lips, nose, eye shape, but as you can see, the complexions are quite different. So Pippa was made by Pumpkin Doodle Babies, who is a friend of mine in America, and if you use the code Reborns of Jess, you'll get 10% off your order from her if you want a custom ordered doll. Her artist was amazing. I literally sent her pictures of exactly how I wanted Pippa to look, and she even did the hair like in the exact hairstyle that I wanted, which was the same as the prototype version of Pippa. And she is in really great condition. She doesn't have any paint rubs or anything, and I really, really love her hands. I just think they are beautifully painted. I'll try and find some of the pictures that I've got of her, but I did have a little photo shoot outside when I first got her, and honestly, from behind you would think it was a real baby. In my room, I have these two displayed together. So Charlie doesn't stand up, and I'll show you what's going on with his legs. And this girl doesn't sit down. So they go quite well together with this girl standing up and this little boy sitting beside her. So you can see Charlie's legs are really weird. They're perfect for sitting, so he can sit up by himself unassisted. But if you try and make him stand up, he can't stand without essentially being balanced. And he has a really big gap between his legs, which is a little unnecessary, I think, but it does mean that he sits down very nicely and you can like cross his legs and things. However, with Pippa, the sculpt that she has, I'm going to show you, her legs go all the way up to the top here, and while I can kind of bend them, they are quite tightly done, and so she doesn't really sit down, she prefers to stand, and if I am careful, I can balance her exactly without her needing any support, and she can stand up, which is really nice. I personally love dark haired babies. Most of the dolls in my collection do have dark hair, and I think that's because I was born with very dark hair, kind of a bit darker than this, and also my fiance has very dark hair, and I think if we had kids, they would have like dark brown to black hair. I hope you enjoyed this little spotlight on two of my dolls that don't get featured quite as much in my collection. If you enjoyed this video, do give it a thumbs up, and if you liked this concept and want me to do more videos where I focus on one or two dolls, let me know in the comments. And I will hopefully see you next time.